everybody's game of strategy, knowledge, and fun. It's Tic Tac Dough. And here's our host, Jim Caldwell.
Thank you. All right, welcome everybody, and to you at home for joining us. Another edition of Tic Tac Dough. Today we have two good players. We just started a game. We're right in the middle of it. I think it's going to be resolved today. Let's meet our players. Charlie, bring them out.
Well, Jim, our current champion is an artist and former wilderness instructor. Her interests include languages and skiing. Her winnings total in cash $900 beat Blue McBride. And her opponent is a salesman whose interests include golf and scouting, beat Ed Dart.
Good to see you. Nice firm handshake. I like those.
Well, we try hard.
You try hard. Tell us about scouting.
Hey, it's a lot of fun. You know, you got to work with the kids. There's work, but there's fun, too.
What do you mean by that?
Well, one time I went on a 50-mile hike through Zion National Park with them, and some of it was fun and some of it was work.
Zion, I can imagine. Zion, that's a beautiful place out there in Utah, huh?
But it wouldn't have been so bad. The kids had a great time. They just had to drag me along.
Oh, it was your problem, huh? Well, nice to have you here. We're going to see how well you're challenged as you go along through the game with Blue, our current champ. Welcome back, Blue.
Thank you.
I notice your dress is matching your eyes.
Well, not
close.
totally.
Well, it's in the
but
ballpark.
it is there.
And now, as an artist, what kind of things do you do?
Well, I'm a painter. I do contemporary art, oil paintings. I deal with what's mysterious and eerie about being out on the street at night, how things are transformed into strange things that they're not during the day.
You sound very accomplished. Are you repped by a gallery?
Not at the moment in Los Angeles, only in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and in Denver, since I just moved here.
Aha. Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck with that. And so far, you've picked up $900 in your first game. Let's start a brand new one. In fact, let's keep this one going. Blue McBride and Ed Dart, the players. Now, let me show you the 9 categories you both were playing with when we broke off last time. Here they are. Suitable titles: Showdown, Medical Facts, Comedy Movies, U.S. History, Opponent's Choice, Famous Sights, Top This, and Odd Names. Remember, those red boxes are special categories. If they come up during the game, I'll be sure to describe them. And the board looked like this. Just one X on the board, and the pot was worth $200. So let's get back to the game. We'll shuffle the categories first. And Blue, your selection.
Well, I am going to try Famous Sights again, in the center.
Going to go for Famous Sights in the center? All right. Take a look at this picture, Blue. During the winter of 1777 and 1778, this small village was the site of the winter encampment of the American Army under George Washington. Conditions were so brutal that hundreds of soldiers died there without fighting in a single battle. Name this small village, and also name the state where it's located. Here's your extra time to think it over. You're looking at a picture of a small village back in 1777 and 1778. It was the site of the winter encampment of the American Army under George Washington. Name this small village.
Gettysburg?
No. Valley Forge. And the state where it's located? Pennsylvania, Blue. Okay, the box goes unclaimed. $200 pot. Let's shuffle. Over to you, Ed.
Let's go with suitable titles in the center.
You're both still working on getting that center box. Here's the question in this category. I'll describe 2 characters from Greek mythology. You name them. Number 1, this king of Thebes, whose name is used for a psychological complex, might have sung the suitably titled song, I Want a Girl, just like the girl who married dear old dad. Number 2, this mythical woman who had a nest of snakes for hair might have sung the suitably titled song, Turn to Stone, to anyone who looked at her. Here's your extra time. Think it over. Suitable titles is the category. We're talking about Greek mythology here, Ed. Number 1, this king of Thebes, whose name is used for a psychological complex, might have sung the suitably titled song, I Want a Girl, just like the girl that married dear old dad. Name it.
Jim, could I answer the second question first?
Yes, you can. Let me read that question for you. This mythical woman who had a nest of snakes for hair might have sung the suitably titled song, Turn to Stone, to anyone who looked at her.
Medusa?
Medusa is right. Do you have the answer to number 1?
Could you repeat that question?
All right. This king of Thebes, whose name is used for a psychological complex, might have sung the suitably titled song, I Want a Girl, just like the girl who married dear old dad? Name him.
Alabama?
No, Oedipus. We still have a center box that remains open, $200 pot. We're going to come back after this and continue the game. Game going between our champion Blue and her challenger Ed. Let me see, we have a $200 pot. Let's shuffle. Blue, it's your turn.
I think I'll go for opponent's choice.
Is that it, Blue? Going for opponent's choice? All right. Opponent's choice means that Ed will decide whether you're going to answer 2 questions on bestsellers or 1 on scientists. Which will it be, Ed?
1 on scientists.
All right, here's your 1 question on scientists, Blue. This English scientist invented calculus, explored the secrets of light, and discovered the force that holds the universe together. Name him.
Galileo.
No, Newton, Sir Isaac Newton. All right, let's shuffle again. 200 in the pot. Back to you, Ed. Still have 1 X on the board.
Okay, let's go with odd names in the center.
All right, let's see what this is all about, Ed. Center box question. I'll name 2 film comedians who have last names that sound like religious titles. You name them. Number 1, this funny man nicknamed Bud has a last name that might make you think he was in charge of a monastery. Number 2, this silent film comedian has a last name that sounds like he leads soldiers in prayer. Here's your extra time. Think it over, Ed. Ed, we're talking about 2 film comedians who have last names that sound like religious titles. Number 1, this funny man nicknamed Bud has a last name that might make you think he was in charge of a monastery.
Abbott?
Abbott is right. Bud Abbott. Number 2, this silent film comedian has a last name that sounds like he leads soldiers in prayer. Name him. Charlie Chaplin. Odd names. Can't give it to you. 200 in the pot. Let's shuffle and get back to you, Blue, for a selection.
Lucky out. I'll go for medical facts in the center.
All right, Blue. 2-part question. Here you go. The human skeleton is said to consist of 4 types of material. The hardest is bone, and the other 3 are softer, more elastic types of tissue, usually found in and around the joints. Name 2 of those other 3 types of soft tissue that make up the skeleton. And now here's your extra time to think that over, Blue. Well, let me repeat this question for you. The human skeleton is said to consist of 4 types of material. The hardest is bone, and the other 3 are softer, more elastic types of tissue, usually found in and around the joints. Name 2 of those other 3 types of soft tissue that make up the skeleton.
Ligaments.
Ligaments is 1.
Cartilage.
You have the center box.
Finally.
All right, Medical Facts gets an X, and we now have a $500 pot. Let's shuffle. All right, Ed.
Let's go with comedy movies.
All right, let's do it, Ed. Here's the question. In 1985, this veteran actor received a special Oscar for Lifetime Achievement. He was the star of such classic, beloved comedies as Harvey and You Can't Take It With You. For a block, Ed, name him.
Stewart.
James Stewart is right. All right. You have a block on the board. Put an O on the top right-hand corner. $700 pot. We're going to pause and come back after these words.
And now, Jim Caldwell.
Thank you very much, Charlie O'Donnell. Well, Blue McWright and Ed Dart are players. We have a $700 pot, and it's time for us to get back to it. Let's shuffle. All right, Blue.
I'll go for U.S. history in the lower right.
Blue, in 1823, the 5th president of the U.S. laid down a foreign policy doctrine guaranteeing the independent nations of the Western Hemisphere will remain free from control by European powers. The doctrine is named after that president. Name him.
Monroe.
Monroe was right. The Monroe Doctrine. All right, Blue, put an X on the board for you. $900 pot. Time to shuffle. Over to you, Ed.
U.S. history in the corner.
All right, this is going for a block, Ed. In 1867, Secretary of State William Seward arranged to buy Alaska from this nation for just over $7 million, roughly 2 cents an acre. For a block. From what nation did the U.S. purchase Alaska?
Russia.
Russia's right. You have a block. Put a no on the board. Or a block. $1,100 pot. Let's shuffle. Back to you, Blue.
I have to go for opponent's choice. We're in the bottom center.
Opponent's
For the win.
choice. All right, Blue, because you've selected that category, Ed will tell you whether you have to answer 2 questions on Barbra Streisand or 1 on astronomy. What will it be, Ed?
1 on astronomy.
All right, Blue, you're going for tic-tac-toe. Here's your 1 question on astronomy. Between the orbits of Jupiter and Mars lies a belt of small, irregular chunks of rock that may be the remains of an exploded planet. They have a name taken from the Greek word for star-like, for tic-tac-toe, and a grand total of $2,200. Name them.
Meteors?
Nope. Asteroids.
Oh, God.
Ed, you were saved on that one. We can shuffle with $1,100 in the pot. All right, Ed.
Let's go with opponent's choice for the win.
All right, this time you select opponent's choice, going for tic-tac-toe. Blue, you get to decide whether Ed's going to answer 2 questions on funny men or 1 on Citizen Kane. Which will it be?
Citizen Kane.
1 question on Citizen Kane, Ed. Answer this question successfully, you'll become our new champion. In the classic film Citizen Kane, Orson Welles utters a mysterious word which later turns out to be the name of a sled he owned as a child. For tic-tac-toe and a grand total of $1,300, what was that word?
Rosebud.
You win! All right, Ed, you look like an excited man over there.
I'm Miracle Man, I tell you.
Miracle Man. Horizontal tic-tac-toe, let me reiterate, you just won $1,300. You'll be facing the dragon momentarily, but first we have to say goodbye to Blue McWright. We loved having you, Blue.
Thanks. It was really fun.
Take care of your gorgeous blue eyes, and good luck with your art career.
Thank
You'll
you.
leave us with $900.
Great.
Best of luck to you. Ed, you ready to play against the dragon?
I'm ready.
Come on over, let's do it. Hey, here you are, huh?
Oh, very good. Oh, I'm so happy. Can't
for you.
believe it.
Well, believe it, because now you have to kind of see what you can do against the dragon.
Well, the only thing I knew on Citizen Kane was Rosebud and Orson Welles.
Well, it came up and you did it. Now, behind these numbers are various amounts of money. There is a tick, a tack, and the dragon. You want to reach $1,000 or more or get that tick and the tack, and here's what you'll win. Charlie, tell them.
Ed, while you're away from home, rest assured these gifts will be carrying on in your absence. First, Ed, you'll have peace of mind thanks to this home security robot. Hero Jr., the fully pre-programmed personal robot that talks, sings, moves about, plays games, and helps protect your home from intruders. Hero Jr. from Heath Zenith. Then your car will be protected by this reliable alarm. The Black Max Auto Security System from MaxiGuard, featuring the Maxi Shocker motion detector, which provides continuous protection automatically every time you leave your vehicle, furnished by MaxiGuard. Next, your dishes will be running in this dependable dishwasher. Gibson's portable dishwasher featuring 3 levels of washing action, hygiene cycle, forced air drying, and an energy saver switch from Gibson. And finally, Ed, while you're out, you won't miss any of your favorite programs. Just replay them when you return on this great video recorder and color TV. Selected with a service merchandise gift certificate, famous brand name items select from our 500-page catalog or redeem at one of our showrooms, furnished by Service Merchandise. This while you're out package is worth in cash and prizes over $3,550.
But while you're out package, need that robot, huh?
Yeah, my kids are going to love that, I think.
Terrific. Well, avoid the dragon, of course. Get the tick and the tack, you'll get the dough automatically. I think he's found a place to hide. Want some help from the audience?
Yeah, I've got my wife, Pam, out there.
Well,
tonight.
terrific. Point her out to us.
Right out there.
Wave, Pam. There you are. Okay. Where do you want him to go first, Pam?
Where to, Pam? Number 6, she says. We'll put it in 6.
All right, number 6. We'll give it a shot. Here we go. Nice. Not too bad at all.
Wow. Number 5.
Looks like Pam is sending you to number 5.
Number 5.
Right next door. 300.
Okay.
All right.
She's run out of ideas, I think. She wants me to go with number 2.
Number 2 it is. All right, let's look up and see. 400. You need 300 or a tack.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I'm going with number 9.
Number 9. Our fingers are crossed. Let's see. 250. You're real close now. You hold the key with your next selection.
Yeah, that's going to be beat up.
This is the important one.
She's been good so far. Okay, we're going to go with number 3.
All right, number 3. Batten down the hatches. You can get used to this. I bet you can. You want to take a look where that dragon was?
Yeah.
Let's see. Where was he? Guy number 1. All right, you avoided him. Picked up $1,100 plus a terrific prize package. Your total now is up to $4,950. We're going to come back after this and see who his next challenger is. Hey. Champion Ed Dart is our resident semi-pro Santa Claus. You're looking pretty jolly over there, Ed. You ready to meet your next challenger?
I'm ready.
All right, Charlie, bring her out for us, please.
Jim, she's a graduate student and former NCAA All-American. Her interests include sewing and windsurfing. Meet Karen Close.
Karen, good to see you. Tell us about your studies.
In the PhD program in economics at Caltech.
Uh-huh. And you're also an All-American, or were an All-American. What sport?
Track and field. I ran the 400-meter hurdle.
What's it take to be an All-American?
Well, I like to think it takes a little talent. I know it takes a lot of practice. I've been running since I've been about 12.
And you're not even out of breath. You've been running a long time, Karen. Well, look, welcome to the show. Wish you the best of luck against our latest champ, Ed. Take a look at these 9 categories. They are big and little, 3 to win, physics, one-word titles, royalty, take 2, TV stars, trivia dare, and astrology. Ed, you are the champ. Lead us off.
Let's go with astrology.
All right, here's the question, Ed. Persons born between August 24th and September 22nd under the 6th sign of the zodiac are believed by astrologers to be practical and sensible. This sign of the zodiac is represented by a young woman. Name it.
Virgo.
Virgo is right. Okay, put it next on the board. $200 pot. Time to shuffle them. Over to you, Karen.
I'd like to have physics in the center.
Center box question. Physics is it. Here we go. I'll describe 2 types of rays which lie just off the visible spectrum, and you name them. Number 1, these rays are often called heat rays. Lamps which emit these rays are used by doctors to treat skin diseases. Number 2, these waves are often called black light. The rays of the sun which cause sunburn are of this type. Here's your extra time. Think it over. All right, Karen, I'll describe 2 types of rays which lie just off the visible spectrum, and you name them. Number 1, these rays are often called heat rays. Lamps which emit these rays are used by doctors to treat skin diseases. What are those called?
X-rays.
No, I'm sorry, infrared. And, of course, the waves often called black light, ultraviolet. You knew that one, huh?
Yeah.
All right, let's shuffle with 200 in the pot. Back to you, Ed.
Let's go with royalty.
Royalty? All right, here's the question, Ed. In 1808, Napoleon's army invaded this neighboring European country. Despite fierce resistance from the people, the king, Ferdinand II, was removed from the throne and replaced by Joseph Bonaparte, Napoleon's brother. Name the country Joseph ruled.
Belgium.
No, Spain. And Joseph, I might add, ruled for only 5 years before he was driven from the country. How about that? 200 in the pot. Let's go. Back to you, Karen.
We'll try royalty in the center.
Want that center box, don't
Yeah.
you? Okay. I'll describe 2 very different brothers who were each king of England. You name them. Number 1, he was one of the most popular of English kings, and his exploits during the Crusades earned him the nickname the Lion-Hearted. Number 2, this hated king succeeded his brother to the throne and was finally forced to sign the Magna Carta, which limited his power. Here's your extra time. Two very different brothers who were each king of England. Karen, number 1, he was one of the most popular of English kings, and his exploits during the Crusades earned him the nickname the Lion-Hearted.
Richard.
King Richard. That's right. Number 2, now this hated king succeeded his brother to the throne and was finally forced to sign the Magna Carta, which limited his power. Who was it?
The only person I can associate with the Magna Carta is Charlemagne.
No. King John was the answer, Karen, for that. So we still have a $200 pot. It's time for us to come back after these words and continue after this. Don't go away.
Freezing chicken. Almond.
The stakes are high, so it pays to go slow. Play your cards right, and you might win the show. On Card Sharks. Next on Game Show Network.
Tic Tac Dough is a Jack Barry and Dan Enright production.